All right, welcome back everyone to Building in Public Day 15 with Jason at Conversion Legal. The topic of today's show will be the perfect SEO blog template that I use for my law firm clients to get them more leads. So if you're a law firm or if you're an agency working for law firms or you're an actual service business trying to get more leads by writing blog posts, this is an important show for you to watch. But first, as part of the regular programming of the BIP show, I need to go over what happened so far today and yesterday, and then my business learning, and then the main topic. But I will keep things short. Regardless, if you don't want to watch the first two parts, just use the chapters in the description down below and skip to the main topic of the show. For everyone else, what I did yesterday after making the video was as you already know, I'm trying to hire another full-time writer. So I actually gave them I prepared some assessment task notes and instructions. I made some videos sharing it to them. And they were really responsive. They already started researching a lot of the content that they need to write about for the assessment task. But when they went through their entire SOP, they sent me a message at like 6 a.m. in the morning saying that, hey, I don't think this is right for me. It's a bit too technically complex. They said that it didn't match with their priorities or anything. So I was like, that's fine, no worries. So now I need to find someone else, another candidate. So that's what happened so far. It's only like 10 a.m. in the morning, so nothing much else happened besides me going to the gym. The business learning for today is I need to improve these goddamn videos. I need to make them shorter. I need to make them tighter because I've been making these videos for 2 weeks now, and all my videos are like 20 to 30 minutes long, and I hate it. And honestly, I'm not making these videos because I want people to watch them. It's just me logging my journey, but I still want to share some value for you guys. And critical part of providing value is making sure I could give that value to you in a shorter period of time, so you can actually get the value. So I'm going to make these videos shorter. I've been watching a few Jackie videos, Jackie from Indexy, and his BIP videos, and I'm going to mimic a lot more and try to emulate how he does it. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about each of the main topic of every day's show. If I want to go into more detail, I'll probably make a more comprehensive video for people who actually do want to have the step by steps. So with that said, let's dive into the main topic of the show. I'm going to share my show notes and then we'll go through it. Okay, so what we're looking at on the screen are the show notes. You can get a copy of the show notes as well as all the previous show notes and the future show notes by signing up in the link in the description. You only get one email, which is to the show notes, and that is it. I'm not sending out any other emails. So the perfect SEO blog template to get more leads. Again, this is really relevant for law firms and agencies working for lawyers, but this is also relevant for anyone else trying to get more leads, especially for a services business, by writing blog posts. So I've included 3 examples, and the third example is my own template that's really, really easy to recreate. But essentially, I'm going to talk about the checklist of things that you need to have. The first is you need to have the author name, the picture, and ideally a link to the articles. And even more ideally, I should already include this in here, you also need to have the author's title / role in the business. That helps with EEAT, right? Building the expertise in Google's algorithms, assigning a value of experience and knowledge and expertise to this particular person. So whichever article has that particular person mentioned, the article will get a little bit of a boost in Google's algorithms. The next is having multiple CTA blocks. Actually, let me just show you what the article author looks like this, right? Just real simple, real simple. Just have the person's picture, their name, and their title there. That's all you need to do. Second, you want to make sure that you have call to action blocks instead of throughout the article. So this is best if I just show you a live example. So this is a good one, legal vision. And they have multiple call to actions throughout the blog article. There's ones on the side here that takes up a lot of the blank space that would have existed otherwise. There's another call to action to download another guide. There's another call to action, which is essentially the contact form, and then another call to action to whether they find it helpful or not. There's a call to action on the right hand side again, to learn more about our membership. Blah blah blah. In order for me to make these videos shorter, I'm finding myself speaking a lot faster, which I should stop doing. And so, yeah, let's have a look at the example that I have for my template. I have these call to actions here, these blocks there. This call to action template is actually available for download in the BIP show notes. It's free. They use the call to action block uses the Spectre plugin, which is free as well. Again, this is for WordPress only. Once you've downloaded and installed Spectre, then you should install this template, which I'm allowing you to download for free. And yeah, you can just insert that as a pattern in the Gutenberg blog editor, where you insert the actual content of the blog. Okay, next we should also have an FAQ at the bottom of each blog post. So this helps because um, when someone searches on Google a particular question that's not particularly specifically addressed in the actual main blog, but is addressed as an FAQ, then there's a high likelihood that your FAQ, if written well, will actually appear as a feature snippet, and that will boost you all the way to position number one for this blog post. So that's important to have. Also have recent insights section as well. So this is essentially just to give the site visitor or the blog visitor just more reason to keep clicking on your website if there's anything. It also shows freshness. The fact that there's new articles published like 6 days ago, it just shows that this information is all updated. The next thing is a fact check logo. So you want to make sure that you have something like a badge at the very top of the page as soon as someone lands on the page, like something that indicates that this is fact checked. Or what Legal Vision has something similar. They call it meets editorial guidelines. So it just adds a little bit of additional trust. It's just a trust badge. It's kind of a bullshit trust badge because you would assume that everything meets editorial guidelines in order for it to be published. But it just adds an additional little bit of trust and reason for the blog reader to just stay on your website. And then the other thing as well is you want to make sure that you have an estimated uh, time or duration to read the entire article. This just sets the expectation in the blog article reader's mind that this is going to be the commitment. And you'll see here Legal Vision has something similar as well, reading time 5 minutes. And I don't know if this firm has it as well. Um, no, they don't. But what this firm does really well is they have the call to action on the right hand side, and that never goes away, as no matter how far we scroll down the page. They also have call to actions in the middle of the blog post, although not as often. So there's another call to action here as well. And so that is essentially it. Let's keep it short and simple. That is essentially it. If you want to have a similar blog post that's optimized for SEO and CRO, just copy whatever I have here in this template. Now I have a link to that particular blog post as well. My own template, easiest to recreate. So this is built in Elementor. I can't share the template because I've tried to create a standardized template for this, but all the formatting just looks off. So maybe just share this with someone on Fiverr and tell them, hey, I want to recreate everything here, and then they'll just do it for probably like $30, which is totally worth it. And yeah, also free value add, there is the call to action block template as well that you can download. Again, it's a zip file. Make sure to unzip it. Also download the Spectre plugin in order to use the blog template, the CTA block template as well. So that is it. That is all that I'm going to be talking about today. Hopefully this video was helpful. Let's talk about the comments. So the comments, where are they? Ah, it's on this other screen. Okay. So the most recent comments, I actually have responded to these in a previous version of this video, but I wanted to re-record the video because it was just a bit too long. So someone responded to my most recent post where I said I need to make the videos shorter. 95792, I love you. You do whatever makes you happy. Cheers, man. Thank you so much. Shouted you out in this video. Different perspectives. So I already read your response, but essentially you're saying that when there's EU introduced new regulation requiring websites to be accessible to disabled people, but didn't give the tools to implement it. So now all the really smart people are trying to get ahead and try to get this done, whereas the majority of the less smart people would just continue doing business as usual. I agree. Smart people definitely have the tendency to overthink and go way too much on something. I would still say, for the people who are just continuing doing business, still try to find some time to actually implement the regulation, because you need to plan ahead and not get your asses kicked when the EU actually cups you. However long it takes for them to find you, maybe 2 years, 3 years, a decade at least, try to get it done. Doesn't have to be first priority, that's for sure, but try to get it done. This is me speaking as a former lawyer. Cheers, though. Different perspectives for commenting. Ulug Bitad Growman, thanks so much for commenting. This is in my $19 backlinks video. And then Bob, you provided some feedback. I prefer creators who jump in and show the work without any funny stories, personal stories. Those could be reserved for later. When you're searching for an answer, the video presented should have the video that presents the answer will get my attention. Anyways, my 2 cents. Thanks so much, Bob, for your feedback. This actually made me want to just put more effort into recording these videos and making sure that they are short and sweet. But I still need to include what I did every day, as well as my business learning, because this is, again, the Build in Public series. I'm trying to build my business in public, so a lot of the stories is actually for me. So I do include timestamps in the description for you to skip right to the main topic of the show. But hopefully you appreciate me taking on feedback. I'm always trying to improve. And that is it, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you have any questions you want to get answers to, just leave them in the comments, and I'll talk to them tomorrow. See you guys.